Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Why are you guys late? Why? Good morning, everybody. It's Fed Day. Let's go. The Fed better come with some nice green candles. Otherwise, we're asking for a refund. Don't start with us. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Just quickly looking at some of these other names here. Let's go sideways. I mean, probably. Probably. I was thinking of streaming all day, but then I bet you it's going to be pretty slow. The closer we get to lunchtime, I bet you it's going to be really really slow. So if it wasn't for the IPO, I think we would have left earlier. But StubHub, so I think we'll stay longer, but then leave and then come back for the Fed meeting. You know, you know. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Markets open in 6 minutes. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Okay. Some of these names look really good into the open, and then all of a sudden, we're just kind of dying, right? People are taking their gains going into the open. Um, for some reason, IPM stands out. The only thing I don't like about this is that 290 level, right below the VWAP. But this thing stands out a little bit though, so we're clearly going to pay attention to this at the open, as long as we find a way to stay above like a 250, 255. So I don't mind this one. It doesn't look like it's performing, but it kind of stands out. So we'll keep a close eye on that into the open. So Rely, CDT, and CC. There was one more name. I think I pulled it away. This one here. All right, they all have a similar headline with the BTC, especially TNMG and CDT. And then I think there's one more with the reserve headline. Good morning, everybody. But they all seem to be selling off for now, right? So once the market opens, I think you'll see some of these names consolidate and come back, but they all kind of look the same, um, right? CDT's done really well this morning, though. So that initial pop when the reserve news came out, and then the dipskis, and then the pumpies, and then more little dipskis, and then another pumpies, right? So we like this one going into the open, right? So most likely at the top of the list. CWD did an offering this morning, but it wasn't a horrible offering. It was an offering to one specific person, um, and at the market, right? So not the worst type of offering we've seen. So for now, I think what you'd be looking at if you're interested in this is that 200 EMA. So watch 760 if it can stay above. Don't listen to Pizza, guys. Don't listen to Pizza. HIND, not bad as well. Really good run early this morning. Really, really good run. But you can kind of see we're playing with the 200 EMA for now. So that thing needs to find a way to stay above that 200 EMA. That was a really good central entry on the left hand side, the Sigma, right? So easy money's on the left there. For now, though, watch that 200 EMA. It would be nice if it stayed above $9. If it can, that would be good. You're almost better off waiting for that thing to break above 950 at this point. If not, yeah, dip closer to $9. Cool. SPRC, another one that did really well in the morning. Like, look at that, right? Like some of these runs are amazing early pre-market, and then the stock just kind of goes sideways and does nothing, right? For now, though, this one has support above 370, 375, right? So if it can stay above that level, that would be good. Speak of the devil, that thing is going back down to retest that 370 level, right? So the closer to the previous bottom there. Alrighty, so those should be the main names we're looking at going into the open. Yeah, alrighty. Quite a few names, but once the market opens, you're looking for two things, right? We're either consolidating at the bottom or we're breaking out. Only two: the sidewaysness or the brand new lows. You don't touch that. Alrighty, so that should help you a bit when you're looking at so many names at the open. The one that can actually break above the resistance is the one that will get the attention. Cool. So if you're watching a name and it's just going sideways, it better be consolidating, because if it's making brand new lows, you better get rid of it. Cool. And don't get excited at the open. Don't get too excited. Right. Good morning, everybody. Again, happy Wednesday. We will most likely stream for a few hours and then leave and then come back for the Fed meeting, right? So the Fed is at 2 p.m. So we'll most likely come back a few minutes before the Fed at 2 p.m. and then stay close into the close. Cool. Question for you guys in the chat: what's your favorite stock going into the open? What is your favorite stock going into the open? Everybody's gonna say CDT, CDT, CDT is my favorite. SPRC is like, nope, don't count me. I'm going to the abyss. It's looking reliable. It was looking reliable, not so much anymore. Right. So, yep, the open gang, yeah. CDT. I'm not surprised. CDT looks the best for now, right? CDT looks the best for now. You're going with the flow reader. I like it, right? So for now, CDT looks the best. But again, once the market opens, we'll see what it looks like, right? You just never know. And yeah, again, I don't mind IPM. This one for some reason is like the vibes, like those vibes, right? IPM gives you those vibes. Not quite sure what it's gonna do yet. It really needs to find a way to stay above this 255, 250 though. So if it can, maybe we get a pop at the open. So we're keeping a close eye on this one. And here comes the open. Here comes the open. So let's see if we can stay above 250. CDT is curling a little nicely there. So again, it's really, really early though. So just be careful, please. Rely is holding the 50, holding 80 cents. So hopefully it stays above 80 cents. HIND is doing a good job of holding that 200 EMA for now. So stay above that $9 already. Stay above the $9. IPM is trying to hold that 250 level, right? Like I said, this one looks a bit, it's giving you the vibes, like the nice vibes, like the vibes we like, right? So, but again, it's really, really early. So we shall see if it can maintain the vibes. It would have been nice if that thing didn't have all of that supply zone at the top there, but would have been nice. So here goes 270. Are you happy now, Justin? So there's a bit of resistance at 275 there. So it will be interesting to see what it does. Again, it's still really early. So if you need to be patient, because none of this stuff is going anywhere right now. Alrighty. SPRC with the pop. And again, these are just crazy candles all over the place. Not really predictable, right? So CWD is still holding, which is good, right? Yeah. Again, the offering wasn't the worst offering we've seen, and it also has a double bottom and the 200 EMA above $9. $9 was for HIND. So this one is the $8 level. 770 $8 at the bottom there. CDT again still in that price discovery mode. 90 cents is holding for now with the 50 EMA in the demand zone. IPM again, like we said, this one has some nice little vibes, right? So here comes a test of that supply zone. So the 275 resistance we talked about, it looks like we're slowly pushing above it. Slowly pushing above it. 280. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Right. So like I said, this one wasn't doing anything, but it kind of fit the vibe, right? So kind of fit the vibe that we like, and a bit of a pop from the bottom here. This was actually quite perfect. 250, 255, and then boom skis, testing the resistance now. It would be good if that thing broke above it. The open. Yeah, it's because Tony got rid of it. So yeah, we're testing that top there. If you look on the left hand side, right? So this little level here is going to act as a bit of resistance. And also the fact that you have the view up right above, you're going to have a bit of a problem there too. So Just be mindful with IPM. Alrighty, and there goes the dropsies. So that resistance there shouldn't be a big surprise for anybody. And CDT is still just chilling here. My goodness. CDT is like, don't worry, guys, I'm coming. Just be patient. I'm coming. I'm coming. Just wait till Josh makes the phone call. And Rely really isn't reliable, is it? It's not. CWD failed at the VWAP. Still going sideways there. SPRC, nice pop from the bottom. Really nice pop. So that's good. We need some higher lows on some of these names to really start trusting them. You know, IPM, obviously we failed at that resistance, so triple top and then back down to retesting the bottom again. So, and this is why we say when you see resistance at the open, don't play, because it's not gonna work as well as you think it should at the open, right? So you just have to follow the chart at the open. Unless it breaks out right away, just follow the chart, right? So if you see resistance, you sell the damn thing. My thoughts on it. Lead like yes, Dustin probably, right? So probably closer to lunch to noon to 1 p.m. I still think the pre-IPO is the best option, and nothing's really performed up to now to think that that one's gonna explode, right? So I would expect it to do the same thing the other IPOs have done. Unfortunately, right? One of these IPOs will break that cycle though, and then that's when it's gonna change. StubHub. Yeah, let me know if you get any allocations for StubHub. And then Josh, sounds good. Sounds good. There goes SPRC with a push for the highs of the day. Well, session highs, market open highs. Testing 450 here. They have a StubHub virus. StubHub, the ticket people. The ticket people. So this one. The two two IPOs today. Right. So WBI, which I mean, right away when it says water bridge infrastructure, I just look away, you know, because when it says water bridge, like what more do you expect, right? And then StubHub, right? This one here, this is the one that most people were getting into the pre-IPO for. SPRC is flying there. My goodness, there it goes. That thing said, just let me cook. Yeah, so it's doing okay until we get to that resistance there. CDT is probably still going to be the top name to look at, right? But it needs to give us a breakout though, right? That thing really needs to break out. Otherwise, it's just going to go sideways or get slapped. Let me take a look at Open here. A few mentions of Open this morning. Open is pushing nicely there. That was a good entry though, Tony. You just you took the gains, right? Which is nothing wrong with that. But that was a really nice entry from you there. So Open seems to do this every morning though. Like every morning it does this and then goes back down. So hopefully this time is different. Let's see if IPM can hold that bottom again. The only thing that's broken above the last high coming into the open is SPRC. Everything else is just kind of going sideways. Yeah. Pizza. I think so. I think so. I think so. Yeah. I think so. You're holding a piece for $2.90 to $3. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, we need to go back up and break, right? Or at the very least stay above this 250. So yeah, just be mindful. So again, guys, this is why when you see resistance go at the open, you don't hesitate, right? So the markets will punish you. So off the bottom to resistance, you take the gains, and now we're retesting the bottom again. So hopefully it stays above the bottom. So again, watch that 250-ish. Stay above and push. SPRC is looking really nice though, isn't it? Look at that thing. Cooking. King 486. King. Yep. King SPRC 490. So now we're testing the so combination of 490, which is the VWAP and the $5 level. If you haven't taken any gains yet, you probably should consider scaling out closer to $5 here. Alrighty. And then let's see if that candle can close above 5 and then push for 520. Oof, my goodness, that happened quick. That happened quick. That thing said, forget it. Forget. Don't worry about anything. I'm just gonna fly. Shish. $5.30. Right. So again, make sure you pay yourself on the way up. Pay yourself on the way up. That's what I said 2 years ago. Cooking. NQ is getting slapped. I wonder if they're slapping it now just to pump it after the Fed meeting. I wonder if that's all intentional because we were almost expecting that sell off after the Fed meeting. They're almost doing it before, right? Interesting. Okay, so there you go. When is it happening? I can see the Fed meeting live. When is it happening? When's what happening? The Fed meeting, 2 p.m. So like I said, we'll stream and then come back later. Come back before 2 p.m. for the Fed. So Dan and Peter and Virus can look at Cody. Cody. So yeah, 250 still holding for IPM. CDT still going sideways. That thing has work to do, right? SPRC is the one that actually broke out. So are you guys kind of seeing the theme here, guys? Right? The names that cook at the open are the ones that can break that resistance that we brought into the open, right? Because you can clearly see that resistance there, right? So once these levels are broken, they tend to actually push up nicely, right? So sometimes we just don't know which one's going to break, right? So we have a list of stocks, but we just don't know which one's going to break. But we also do kind of see sometimes that one of these names look really good at the bottom, right? Like IPM did, right? Like this one actually looked good off the bottom there. So you expect that pop at the open, right? And CDT just, that thing needs to just break out. It just needs to do better. CWD is halted down. Yeah, they brought it back to that $8 level and then halted it at the 200 EMA. So not exactly amazing. Pizza. How many hours left? You just converted 2 p.m. Eastern time. Just search up in your time zone, right? What's 2 p.m. Eastern in your time zone? So here we go. 5:30, 5:50, 5:70. Woof! My goodness, guys. Type yes in the chat if you're holding SPRC. Type yes in the chat. If you're holding a SPRC. Damn. My goodness, Miss Tony V. Cooking. Pizza. That's 200%. Come on now. My goodness. No halts. Good morning, Tony. MLGO. Yeah, those stocks come back every so often. There we go. Here comes that $6 test. You can tell that we have a line already at 610, so $6 is in resistance. Looks like it's a bit higher. GV is popping a little bit. It's a Canadian stock. What do you expect? My goodness, this thing is going. Pita says we're not getting in. The stock says yes, 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 yes. There's no resistance. Come on now. 620, 630. Woof. Pita said no buy. The stock says yes, sir. Oh my days. Come on. Love it. 636. Whew. For the day, let's go, Carl. Congratulations. Good job. That's a good day. 450. Yep. You made your day's paycheck already, right? And now you can enjoy the rest of the day. That was a nice cooker. Very nice. Right. So again, this was the only stock, guys, that broke above resistance, right? The only one. The only one that broke above resistance this morning. Everything else that we looked at was trending down to not breaking. CDW, not no breakouts. Right. So all filled at the view app. The other one we like obviously is IPM. IPM is doing a good job of holding that bottom. Right. So it's like it's doing a really good job of holding that 250. It better stay above that 250. Right. So as long as we stay above that level, and then look at CDT, right? Like if it's not going to break out, people are going to get frustrated, right? The only way people get excited at the open is the breakout. If not, doesn't matter how much you like the stock, it's not going anywhere, right? Not going anywhere. So for now, CDT, hopefully we stay above 80 cents and then curlies, right? You notice how like sometimes you get bigger red candles when the main stock like SPRC starts flying more, then everybody's going to say, oh, what am I doing in CDT? Come on, let's join the party. Abo, you can, yeah. Right. So still holding 1,000 shares. You made $800, Felix. Well done. High five. Good job. Love it. So you can see this level between 810. This line here was here from the last run, right? This 810 level. So the candle needs to close above 810 before it's ready for any more. So yeah, we've been higher, but we haven't closed above. So that 810 is going to be a problem. Again, this is why I leave some of the lines, even though Dan's going to say rubbish. This is why we leave some of the lines on here, because in the future you can tell, right? Like this is a problem. Not $6, 610. Yeah. What do we think about? Oof! Look at that drop. Surprise, surprise. No, not really. That was a pretty sweet run. Like look at that. That was a run, right? From 360, that was a run, run. 360 to 630. For CDT, let's say I don't mind it for now as long as it stays above 80 cents. Alrighty? 79, but really 80 cents. So, yeah, that was a really nice pop. But now, we're obviously going to need to retest and consolidate somewhere. It would be nice if that thing sold off all the way to $5. So, the closer you get to $5, the better of a retest we get, right? So, we're getting pretty close. So, the closer we get, the better. Bonjour, ça va? Bonjour, ça va. Open is still looking okay, isn't it? Right? Still looks okay there. So that's a Tony scalp. A Tony scalper. Yeah, TMG with a nice session pop there. And that GV is looking good too. I'm surprised we haven't looked at GV. But yeah, GV is looking good. Why? Because it's a Canadian stock. Like what do you expect, you know? GV is actually halted up. Yeah, GV is halted up. So $3.20. Nice cooker in the supply zone. Not amazing, but yeah. On open, 350, 500 shares. Good job. 40% gain on CDT. Kind of done for the day, but you want more, just a little more. Yeah, as long as you don't lose all the gains, you should be okay. No. Her name, Savoir. The name, Josh, Sava. Yeah, the name though is no, the name, Josh. Yeah. Savoir. The name. Forgiven. Thank you. Yeah. Yes. This time. Yes. So it looks like we're kind of holding that $5 retest, even though we didn't quite get to $5. The low was 520, but let's see if we can get some higher lows on SPRC. Just because for now it looks like the best name, right? So yeah, Bonjour, 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 bonjour. Yeah, so CDT is still holding that 80 cents. New Zealand, very nice. And then yeah, let me take a look at TNMG. TNMG is looking good. Yeah, so it looks like we're actually coming back from the bottom really nicely there. Again, this is why it's good sometimes to just give these candles a few seconds at the open, a few minutes at the open, guys. Yeah. Because all of these names they were on the list coming into the open, and then they look like rubbish, and then all of a sudden they're coming back, right? So sometimes you just need to be a bit patient, a little bit of patience. For some reason, IPM doesn't really have the volume to break out yet. DC says I'm done for the day. $600 on SPRC. Well done. Well done, skis. Love it. Love it. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to get Peter to do, to double the monies and then be done for the day. I mean, again, CDT is holding the 200 EMA for now, so that's okay. GV still halted up. Back to retesting the bottom here for IPM. TMG, just be mindful that you are in a supply zone now. Alrighty, just be mindful there. Savoir, yeah, pre-market. CDT was nice in pre-market. CDT looked like the best stock in pre-market. Right, looked really, really nice. The levels were quite clear. Right, so and then boom skis, and then again, like we always say this, right? Once the market opens, your best name isn't always your best name, right? Like SPRC looked nowhere close to the best name coming into the open. Like this looked nothing close to the best stock. Look at this, right? It had that beautiful run earlier, but this looked like garbage. 30 minutes into the open, right? So like into the open, and like it still looked like garbage. We liked it. We were watching this because it had enough volume and it ran quite enough in pre-market that you don't look away from it, right? So and a top gainer, right? You don't look away from it. You have to pay attention. So and then it cooks, right? So you just never know. You just never know. Yeah, IPM is breaking down there. If it's not gonna break up, it's only a matter of time before they slap it. Right? So it hit that level twice and bounced twice. But the more you test the bottom, the weaker it gets, right? It's the usual. Right? The more you test the bottom, the weaker it gets. So yeah. You know? Anyways. And then CDT is still holding that 200 EMA, so that's not horrible. So hopefully that thing can start actually bouncing. Of 100, Joel? Maybe. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get that though, right? Because I think we know that for now it's not 100% allocation, and if you do get all of it, there might be a problem, right? So it's one share or 10%. Pick. Let's go, Marine. Congratulations, 23%. Love it. Good job. Good jobs. So there goes SPRC with the dipski guys and the bounce. So nice dip, nice bounce. Round two, fight. Yeah. Ready for the second round. I think the only resistance with the second round is now we have that red zone up there. So you're gonna see people scalping this more than the first time. So up and down. Expect a bit more of that. Let's go, Felix. Good job. Yeah. That's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, yeah. It goes 590 again. 590. You got zero? Oh my days. Is it actually open? Like so it's been closed like for sure that you're getting zero? There we go. So see if this candle can close back above $6. And that's 610 obviously. 610 was our problem last time, so let's see if we can get there. See, now that you say it, virus. Now that you say it. Hmm. You got a notice that you got zero. Dang. Okay, that's interesting then. So that 610 is still acting as resistance. Bilal, good job on the exit there. What was your entry? That was a pretty nice entry there on that dip, wasn't it? Right? Easy monies for the goats. Easy monies for the goats. That was a pretty nice scalp. Right? Pretty nice scalp for the goats. So membership paid for. Yeah. Did anybody else get allocation notices? Like even one share? Let me take a look. Let me take a look at some of these others. Uh, damn, there are a lot of zeros. Actually, there are a lot of zeros. Wow. Actually, a lot of zeros. I potentially could have had 400. I got zero. Yeah, there are a lot of zeros actually. Again, CDT is still holding the bottom there, guys, so that's not horrible, but that thing needs a bit more volume. Here we go. So testing 90 cents, 91. So that's looking better. You got 0 out of 4. Hmm. Yeah, like I don't see a single person with one share. Like it's all zeros. It's still really early, so I'm sure some people are gonna be. Someone has to get something. Yeah, you still pending on Weibo. Okay, okay, yeah. Pizza. Yeah, as useless as Chris, zero. You got zero. Peter used the broker from Nigeria. The one that uses, the one that you shake the dust and you blow in the air. And then you scream some words and you dance around a circle. That's the one. Yeah. Chocolate teapot, something like that. Yeah. And you sacrifice 0 out of 23. See, everybody's getting zeros. Oh my days. Sheesh. They should have saved this IPO for not today. What's wrong with you? Dan? What do you mean? What do you mean? Anyways, so a 610 double top here for SPRC. A 610 double top for SPRC. So good job on taking those gains, Bilal. That was a perfect sell, right? No hesitation. Right? So 610 resistance double top and slap. So and then you're looking for a retest of $5 again. So let's see if we can stay above $5. Cool. CDT is coming back a little bit now too, which isn't too bad. Yeah. Open, beautiful. Yeah, open is on the right hand side here. GV is also on GV is also on the screen. So GV is on halted and cooking. So open and GV both flying here, right? Oh, virus. ah. Amazing. Um, yeah, so there goes GV hitting brand new highs of the day. So $4 test. Yeah, GV again, it's a Canadian stock. What do you expect? Marla, where have you been, Marla? So open looks really nice, right? $10 test. This $10 level has been pretty big. There was a headline yesterday that Martin, however you pronounce his last name, Screlly or something, shorted the stock, right? So um, he better pray this thing doesn't break above 1070, because if it does, that short will be, yeah, you know the rest. He shorted at 936. Oh, that seems pretty silly. He could have shorted at above $10 instead of 936. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, that one. So yeah, if you look at his Twitter account, there were a few posts on there. Um, so I mean, I thought he shorted closer to $10 or above. Closer to $9 isn't exactly a good short, unless he really believes in that short and doesn't like the company. And then yeah, maybe that's a different story. But yeah, for now though, he really needs this thing to not be breaking above $10 and 1070, because if it does, it's gone. Right. This is day number 405 now that we're testing this same spot for open and struggling. So he better be praying that it doesn't break out. GV again, really nice run up, really nice run, right? Then you have that resistance, that supply zone, right, between $4 and 420. So um yeah, hopefully you're taking some gains. Alrighty. For CDT, yeah, that 80 cents held, right, Patrick? So hopefully it stays above 80 cents. TNMG is still playing with that supply zone as well. And SPRC, like I said, watch that $5 level. If we can consolidate and start crawling up that level, that would be a good thing. So you have the 50 and the VWAP and just a breakout spot there. Just haven't had time to put it. Yeah, okay. Just wanted to stop by and say, let's go, Marla. Okay, good, 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 good. Good to see you. Is it halted down? Okay. Yeah, hopefully people took some gains from that. And then open is still playing with $10 here. Mm. There we go. Lee, not sure. Not sure. No, 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 no. Oh, I see what you're referring to. LOCL. Okay. What's your position in that one? What's your position in that one, Lee? Let me know. Yeah, 48%. What's your position in that? Open just broke above $10. Yeah, so that looks nice. This is why though, just because someone's shorting a position doesn't mean they know what they're doing, right? It's all about the price action. Uh, you're done for the day in paper trading. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, just because someone says they're shorting something doesn't mean they know what they're doing, right? Um, yeah. So you can clearly see that the resistance is $10 and above, right, for open, and then you have that support, right? So closer to the to 870 there. So yeah, let's go. So that looks good. Yep, exactly, Yogi. Exactly, exactly. Yeah, fundamentals. So maybe they have a long time frame than we do. Exactly, exactly. So that would be the only difference here, right? Is he knows and he's done more research than we do. We don't do research. We don't do research, Yogi. We care about the performance now, right? So for open again, you have a lot of resistance up here. So clearly, this isn't a level for you to be jumping in. I'm just gonna pretend I don't see Pita, you know. Ah, what else? Ah, So it looks like we're still holding $5 here for SPRC, so that's good. Holding the $5. CDT, I like what it's doing. Right, so we're not quite done with this one yet, especially above the 200 EMA. Yeah. Exactly, Yogi. We don't need no stinking research. Right? So the reason why these guys are professionals and they can take more time for the thesis to be, um, to actually come through is because they have monies they can just leave and forget about it. And if it goes to zero, doesn't matter, right? So they can wait there for a long time. We don't have that time. We don't have that type of monies, right? So type yes in the chat if you're still in CDT, guys. This was a solid bounce. Solid bounce. Solid. There goes a dollar test again. Yes. Yeah. I'm not surprised. Right, CDT was the top name coming into the open, so most of you are still in this one. Again, just watch that $1 resistance, guys. Right, if you look to the left, this is not the first or the second or the third. Right, so this level has been quite important. Right, so that's the level we're testing right there. Again, holding that 80 cents and bouncing above the 200 was nice. Good consolidation, right? Again, if you watch that consolidation class from last Friday, this was perfect, kind of, right? Perfect. So consolidating, holding, and yeah, SPRC is trying to consolidate. They're still missing that key ingredient, right? But it's holding that $5 level we mentioned. So it's not horrible, just consolidating for now. So hopefully it stays above. And CDT needs to do, for the amount of patience with this one, it needs to do better than this, 959 candle, 959. Oh, your stop loss was not in the right place. Quality products. Yeah. If you watched that video on stop losses, your stop loss is not in the right place. Yeah. Right. So also we mentioned 80 cents being support. So if you're setting a stop loss right above 80 cents, there's a good chance you potentially get hit. You sold too soon, Dan? Did you make monies though? Did you make monies? And again, SPRC holding 5 really nicely. It needs those candles to come through, the volume to come through though, and actually push. You're green? Good. Sometimes that's all that matters. So again, SPRC, we like what it's doing. It needs to start pushing back to the upside though. And then CDT, obviously, we need to clear $1. $1 and then push for $1.10 for the highs of the day. See, someone got one share. Brian got one share, guys. There we go, SPRC. Did anybody buy SPRC at $5? Yeah, 40 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents. Did anybody buy SPRC off $5 retest? I think with a name like this, you did a lot. Yeah, with a name like this and how crazy this is gonna be, you want to make sure that you try and stay green, right? Whether that stop loss is break even or something like that, sure, why not? You want to make sure that you stay green on a play like this, though. Alrighty, please try and stay green. Hopefully, we can actually start closing above. But yeah. So your next resistance is really close to 550 there. You got one share as well, Coleman? Okay. I want, yeah. I wonder if, I mean, we're gonna be able to tell later on today, right? So my question is, are we getting 0 to 1 shares because it's exclusive and it's gonna cook and it's hyped, or is it because like the process, right? Are they giving more shares to the market makers? Is that why? And nothing's gonna happen. We'll find out. We'll find out later today. And so there goes SPRC, right? So this is what I mean. Like this thing is gonna be quite chaotic. Um, so all over the place. You got one share. D Trader got 19. How many shares did you request if you got 19? Yeah, there we go, right? Look at SPRC, guys, right? So Amy and everybody else that got into this, hopefully, right? hopefully you put that stop loss at above again, at least at break even, right? So that's what I'm asking for, is because again, this thing is going to be crazy. You stopped out greens a lot, good, right? So 1 out of 10, 1 out of 10, isn't that crazy? So D trader requested 100 and got 19, right? That's not 10%. Or plus the 9, 10% plus 9. That makes a lot of sense now. That makes a lot of sense, guys. Right? So I guess that's the math, right? You're either getting one share or you're getting 10% plus 9. Oh, yeah. See? So it seems like that's the equation. Like it's almost like a ball. They're rolling a ball in the machine like the lottery ball, and they're like, you get one, you get 10% plus 9. So it looks like that's how it works. Right? So they're not picking and saying, hey, so you're never gonna get all the shares you request. Never. Never, never, never. Yeah. Yeah. See, now that doesn't make sense, Cole, right? So yeah. Anyways. Yeah. 10% plus 9, Cole. 10% plus 9. You requested 0 and got 0? Yeah, that's Dan. In line for more? Like with a different account? Open is having a hard time with that $10 level, which again isn't a surprise, right? That supply zone is really thick there because it's done that quite a few times. GV, that one's unhalted. Yeah. Maybe they're gonna halt it up here again. Actually, that was a pretty sweet play. Where the Bilal, this would have been a perfect play for you. Actually, that's a pretty perfect play. But the gold members, that's a pretty perfect play. Yeah, that was a perfect play then. Where the I know. Where the gold members? Come on, look at that plan A on GV, right? You forgot about it? Mm-hmm. Pretty easy monies on that. Right? So pretty easy monies. There you go. And then you have the double top, right? So $4 to 420. Yeah. $4 to 420. Easy monies. Did anybody get into GB? What did you get in at Coma? You better have gotten in closer to $3 than a double top, right? Yeah. Because that was a pretty easy plan A there. Pretty easy. But now you're testing that double top, 330. Beautiful. Beautiful, Coma. Stay green though, please. Alrighty, because that thing ran all the way to the double top, right? Don't get greedy. Just focus on executing, right? So that was a pretty nice entry, right? That was a pretty good double top below the supply zone, right? So also the fact that you have so many candles up there, stay green. Alrighty? Don't worry. Do it again. Do it again. So Koma and I had a one-on-one yesterday, right? One-on-one yesterday, right? So and Koma got in at $3.30. Easy monies, right? Gold membership paid for. Paid for. So when I tell you the gold members are making easy monies, you can tell. Do it again. Please do it again. There we go. So 380. Do it again. Do, 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 do. Yeah, you just have that double top there now. Hopefully it's not a T-Rex, right? But again, stay green, please. Move your stop loss up. SPRC is still trending down here after breaking below that 5. CDT is really wanting to break above that dollar, right? So hopefully this time it can actually break out. Hopefully. Hopefully it's not tired of, Here we go, CDT. So we're breaking above a dollar now, right? And then a dollar 8 is the high of the day. So let's see if we can break above that. Yeah, trying to. Yeah. Koma, you see what I'm referring to though, right? So 330 pretty nice. Above $4 pretty sweet. Don't let it go back below, right? So especially when you're hitting a double top and a supply zone, right? Consistency, right? Green, 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 green. Right? Because look at GV now. Hopefully you're out of this position though, right? So play double tops, easy money is nice and green. Don't hesitate, especially when you're stalling. Because you had 4 minutes of candle stalling at the top there, right? That's enough time to be taking those gains. If not, right? Yeah. So slapped from the double top. Yeah. Okay. At least you stay green, right? So yeah, next time just move that stop loss so you're happy with the gains and it doesn't erase a lot of it. But good job. There goes CDT guys. Testing the highs of the day. That candle actually made brand new highs. So $1.10. $1.10. Yeah, finally. Finally, CDT. Finally. Yep. So do you feel a little bit more confident now, Koma, in the strategy? Feel better? Right? Just keep cooking, please. Just keep cooking. Ready? So again, if you're not a gold member, yeah, that membership was just paid for. There goes $1.15 on CDT. There goes $1.17. Yeah. So good. Perfect. So are we halted up? That candle looks like it's halted up. Of course it is. That doesn't seem like that crazy of a pump, does it, to be halted? Doesn't seem like that crazy of a pump. Yeah. Uh with this candle, with this on CDT, no, that happened 2 candles ago. Yeah, let's go, Jason. You're out. Good job. Well done. Yeah, so your next resistance will be that $1.20 level, but it's halted up. Why do stocks halt? Volatility halts slaps. Yeah. CDT? Oh yeah, that happened 2 candles ago. Right. Oh, I see what you're referring to. Like you're looking for like the $1.08. I see. Um yes, but it's halted up, so you're not gonna get that. Yeah. You're not gonna get. I see what you're looking at. Yeah, so the $1.08 level, yeah, or the $1.10 level, yeah, you're not gonna get that because the candle got halted up, right? So then it's really not fair. Um, yeah. And again, look at GV, right? GV is halted down. So double top supply zone, right? Run before they catch you, right? So if Koma didn't sell that position, be holding a bag right now, right? So again, good job. Make monies. Make monies. A little bit of consolidation going on here for SPRC, but I think now the money's left and gone to CDT. Again, type yes in the chat if you're still holding CDT. Type yes in the chat if you're still holding CDT. Yes, 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 yes. Yep. Not surprised. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, make sure you just move those stop losses up, please. Alrighty. You're holding till the next halt. Okay. As long as you stay green. Open is pushing really nicely here, so that's nice. Right? So it would be nice if open ran all the way back up to 1070. You love open door. It loves you too, clearly, because it's going up. So congratulations. Alrighty. Open is actually a really nice stock, nice easy stock to scalp. Right? So again, Coma, look at that, right? So pretty nice easy stock to scalp. Pretty easy stock to scalp. It's just a bit more expensive. Right? So just a bit more expensive. Again, if you're not sure when to get into these stocks, congratulations. I'm kidding. Become a Goat VIP member. Okay, get some help, because you look at some of these stocks pretty easy, right? And Bilal will tell you in the chat. Tony will tell you in the chat. Koma will now tell you in the chat. Pretty easy. Alrighty, pretty easy. Yeah. So again, if you're not a member, click the link Virus posted, become a Goat VIP member, and get some help on entries and exits, because there's a secret sauce, and Open has the secret sauce, and it's pretty easy. To me, again, pretty easy chart to read. Very, very easy. Okay, let's see if this thing can unhalt and go for $1.20 here. CDT. Yeah. So it looks like yep. Open is so easy to trade. My small brother can trade it. Squeeze him, Shima. Squeeze him. Squeeze him. Again, like Yogi said, long-term horizon, and also, like, probably doesn't care about the money, right? Even if that thing squeezes him, he's gonna be okay. So this is why we want to be careful with like listening to those people. But yeah, come on, 5 seconds on halt it. I think they're waiting for 10 minutes. Oh, nope, they're not. There we go. So 117. Names like CDT, like they're not crazy momentum stocks, so they're usually gonna on halt around the same price, right? So again, make sure you have a plan, and yeah, it's almost best if they don't halt it, because the halt almost stalls the momentum on a name like this. Look at Open. We just looked at Open. Open looks amazing. We just said how Open is easy to trade. With Open while installing a faucet. Yup, pretty easy. Yup, Open is pretty easy to trade, to scalp. Pretty easy. CDT on the other hand, though, look at that. That halt almost kind of ruined it. Yeah, CDT is halted down now, 97 cents. So the bottom was nicer. The push was for selling. Yeah. Yeah, it's halted down now. They almost ruined it. There are stocks where like it's nice if they halt, like clear, like low float momentum stocks, right? On a name like CDT, that thing just hasn't been explosive, so it's almost not a name you want to be halting. Let's see. Yeah, don't forget to smash a like, guys. Please and thank you. I would really appreciate that. Take a second, smash a like. Um, like if the amount of people that have smashed a like is almost the same amount that are getting allocated. 10% less. Then anyways, 10% plus. Yeah, so smash a like, guys, if you haven't already. I would appreciate that, please. Hit that subscribe if you're new, and again, if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot. Alrighty. So T-Mac says join Discord, guys. 4 a.m. and 7 a.m. In and out, easy money. Let's go, T-Mac. T-Mac has been cooking. Love it. So that 52-week high, guys, for Open, 52-week high for Open, is 1070, right? So that's gonna be the level that, like, if we can break above that level, what's stopping open at that point, right? Choo, choo, choo. So 1070, yeah, ATCH is flying them. Yeah, nice breakout there. Nice breakout. Yeah, very nice. $1 30 cents. Yeah. It does sometimes. It doesn't always do it, but it should. Yeah. What time do I wake up? I'm always awake. Yeah, the Gold membership is not available, but the Gold VIP membership is the one that's available. So if you're looking for one-on-ones, those are the ones you need. There's a wait list for the Gold membership until, like, I'm kind of done and I feel comfortable with the people that are in the Gold membership, comfortable that they can cook. But yeah, so and then we will reopen that level. But for now, though, just the Gold VIP. Yeah, or the lifetime membership. Yeah, that always offers you one-on-ones. Alrighty, so goat, right? So not gold, not GOLD, but goats, like meh. Whether that's a sheep or a goat, only Dan can. Ah. So yeah, that 1070 is still resistance for open. Let's go, Tony. Yogis, I didn't catch that sound. Can you do it again? Ah. Ah. Jim? Um, Jay is a brand new member. So Jay just did it. So you just need to do what Jay did as well. Shacha, however you pronounce your name. I'm sorry. If you want to join us in Discord, click that link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot. Sign up for the level that says Legend or Legend Pro or the Gold VIP. One of those three levels. Those are the only levels available. Already. So click this link at the bottom of the chat, and then so that's if you want to become a member and join us in Discord. So alrighty. Yeah. Unhalted, yeah, they definitely killed that thing with a halt. You almost had to just take your gains and run, you know? Yeah, alrighty. Jay, welcome to the community. Let me get you an invite. Let me get you an invite here to join us in Discord, though. Rely with a nice little pop there. Yeah. Today is very trappy. Oh yeah, like with the so Jay, click this link at the bottom of the chat and follow the steps in the getting started channel, okay? That's your Discord invite. So click that link, follow the steps. Cool. Make sure at some point you watch that last video in the getting started channel. It's going to walk you through all the channels in Discord, please. But yeah, click the link, follow the steps in that channel. Once you do, it will what's the difference between the goats membership and the other one? Sorry, I'm new to the channel but very interested. So the goat and the goat VIP level are both the same, kind of. So the both goat levels give you one-on-ones, right? So we will have a Zoom call, a one-on-one wherever in Discord, and we'll talk about strategy, right? Like what you need to do to get into positions. So, just again, just so you have a clear strategy. As I'm moving this, so you have a clear strategy. It's just a one-on-one conversation, right? So, and that will include a whole bunch of stuff that we'll talk about, and then a 2 week free trial to the algo, which is what you see on stream, like the algo, right? And then we're working on some other benefits as well. But so that the gold level is currently sold out, right? So there's a wait list for that. So the gold VIP then offers you like the one-on-ones already, like right away. Cool. Does that make sense? Nicholas, zero, zero. Yeah, until it's not sold out. Yeah, until it's not sold out. Yeah, exactly. So Bree, welcome to the community as well. Um, yeah, this is your invite. You got 18. How many did you request, Nicholas? Damn. Bree, click this link at the bottom of the chat and follow the steps. Welcome to the community. Alrighty, click that link at the bottom of the chat and follow the steps in the Getting Started channel. If you're not sure what to do, watch the last video in the Getting Started channel. It's going to walk you through everything. Alrighty. You requested 90 and you got 18. Okay. Okay. Interesting. ATCH is looking really good still. Kimbella says, why do I have only one? They only gave me uh okay, there you go. Probably Nicholas closer to lunchtime. It's usually between 12 and 1 p.m. Let's go, T Mac. Come on now. Let's go. Join this Discord plus educate equals easy monies. Yep. Where is it? Good morning. Good morning, Omega. Hello, hello. Are you ready for chaos today? Chaos. Nasdaq and show no data so far. No, you won't see anything until closer to lunch and 1 p.m. Yeah. Oh, the chance. It's the name change. People keep changing their names. I think she changed her name to that. SPRC is holding the 200 EMA here, guys. I'm sure Yogi is scalping this like a criminal. Yogi, what are you doing here? So $4.50 holding for SPRC off the 200 EMA. The Fed is at 2 p.m. So we will most likely leave and come back. So we'll stream for like 2 more hours or so, guys, or less, and then come back for the Fed meeting at 2 p.m. I mean, it depends though. Like if this IPO takes forever, we might have to wait a second, but we'll see. Okay, sounds good, Yogi. Sounds good. Good little scalpy. Yeah, Tony, you did a mini breakout there, but what I like about that is the exit, right? So Choo, 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 choo. Yes. Is it breaking down now? Yeah. That thing's like this. You pop, take it and run. Take it and leave it. 120 to 133 BLK. Very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, look at open. Open got slapped from that supply zone, right? So today would technically be so look at this daily chart. Look at this daily chart for open, right? Look at that. Look at that. It's like every day now. Every day is the same spot, right? Every day it's the same spot. This is like the open ritual, you know. Every day we go up and we test that resistance and then we start going back down. So that's why I'm saying if we can break above that level, then it's ready to cook. But for now, yeah, that makes sense too. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. So at some point, if open can break above that resistance, then it's ready. But for now, goes up. So this was last Thursday, right? And then Friday, and then Monday, and then Tuesday, and then Wednesday, right? Every day up to that level and then back down. Up to that level and then back down. You requested 29 and got one. Was Circle? Circle was amazing, wasn't it? I think you might have more people requesting now though, so that kind of eats up on the supply as well, right? We have post Circle, we have more people requesting shares. We have, maybe the brokers are getting less, right? So yeah, I'm sure there are a whole bunch of factors there that are making people get less shares now too. Kind of annoying, but yeah. I mean, I honestly don't know because again, Kevin requested 7,000 shares last time and got 700 shares, right? So I think every there's always a lucky person in there that requests a lot of shares. You have to request a lot to get a lot, right? So maybe that's the only way around it. Not sure. So IPOs really haven't been amazing. I still think it's worth getting into the pre-IPO because at least you get a gap up, right? So, but I think that's the best option for now, right? So, again, the IPOs haven't been amazing, amazing, amazing. So until one cooks, they're all going to be slacking. And as soon as one of these names goes crazy, then every IPO after that is going to cook. So we just need one to go crazy, like Circle, you know? So maybe what's going to happen is people are going to keep requesting pre-IPOs and not getting anything, or the IPOs not cooking, and then all of a sudden you request it and it cooks, and then and then everybody's going to start running back in, because they gave up on pre-IPOs. So maybe that's what we need. We need some garbage IPOs, and then we need one hot one. Uh, Look up below. Look out below. A little bit of consolidation here for TNMG. A little bit. A base. A little bit. Yeah, CDT just did the same stupid thing it did before. This is why I wish these IPOs would come out sooner, like, because then we sit here for hours waiting for the damn IPO when, like, nothing else is really moving. You know, is it dead? I mean, it kind of looks dead, doesn't it? Kind of looks dead. Below that 200 EMA, not exactly amazing. Yeah, there's a nice little base there for TNMG. A nice little base. Again, not exactly amazing, but if that thing had a bit more volume, I think it would be nice. Looks interesting there for sure. 39 cents. No, seriously, the open is a pretty easy stock to scalp. Pretty easy. And Matt, how are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? IPM has been dying since below that 200 EMA. So below the 250, dead. Dead. Okay. It is a Zhao. What's your position in CWD? Let me know. Uh, 10, 15. Yeah, just up and down for now. All right, up and down. The open. We need something else to cook. ATCH. Super slow. It was always going to be like this, though, on a Fed day, guys. Right? Today, everybody is more so looking at their. Yeah. Could be a sell the news at 2 p.m., but I think it will fly soon after. You think so? Sounds good, DL. Sounds good. There goes ATCH. Testing the top again. Will they break? Who knows? Open still looks fine. What do we think about the Fed? So the Fed's expected to cut rates by 25 basis points. Everybody expects that at this point. The market's priced it in. The market's gone ahead and priced multiple rate cuts this year. So yeah, I would expect them to follow. The market's usually right. The market usually knows, right? So 25 basis points, and then I think what we're going to be looking for is how they sound for the next few months, and yeah, and the market should get a bit of a rebound. I just think the fact that it's been priced in might cause a sell off, right? So it'd be interesting to see how this, how today plays out. Rate cuts are good for the markets, right? Rate cuts are good for the markets when the Fed cuts because basically because they can, right? Not because we're in a disaster, because they should and because they can, right? For good reasons though. Um, we're not cutting because like it's a disaster. Things are it's no because they should and because they can. So usually the market performs well to that. The reason why we say we might go down after that though is because everybody knew this. We've known this for the last month now, and the market has been cooking into that, right? We've been pumping and pricing it in, right? Good news is coming. Let's just go up into the good news. And sometimes what happens is when the good news happens, we end up going down, and then everybody's like, "Wait, what happened? Good news is supposed to go up." Well, it's because we went up already. So it's just the market makers do that all the time, right? So hopefully it's different today. But yeah, send it, Yogi. Send it. 10% chance of 50. So virtually is 100% on some rate cut today. Exactly. Exactly, Yogi. Well, Tom Lee needs to come on hot trades because Lee found BMNR before he did. I'm kidding. Not kidding. So he needs to come give us some of the some of the fire things he drops. Time for what slaps? I think it goes BTC ETH and then Solana, Edward. So definitely good if you're getting some if you bought some ETH. Today before we get a crypto treasury 5,000% stuck tomorrow. That would be nice. So here comes a bit of a breakout for ATCH, guys. So that looks nice. Open is again looking good. You have a bit of a downtrend there at 1025, but it's looking better. So, and then you can see that line trying to break out for ATCH, but the candle hasn't fully closed yet. What time is you got 16 out of 127? That's not bad, Panda. The IPO should 12 to 1 p.m. That's the same time. So it seems like we're getting closer to 1 p.m. for the IPOs to go live. That's the same time that all of the IPOs have gone live. You got 72 out of 650. Yeah, see, you're having to request a lot more to get more, right? So 650 and got 72. It's not bad. I'm still waiting to see like the indicated price, like where we're potentially going to open at. I think that should be exciting. Uh, oh. StubHub is currently indicated to open at 24.50 to 25.50. That's not a big jump, is it? That's very suspicious. That is suspicious. That is suspicious. If I would be a little bit concerned, but I think you'll be fine, right? You can always sell for at least break even. So should be okay. Uh, to do with the amount requested. Mm, I don't know though. It's LT. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there is. I honestly think it's requesting more and getting lucky, right? So I think it's requesting more and just getting lucky. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah. Open is looking like we're breaking above that little downtrend there. So again, when I say open is easy to scalp, guys, open is pretty damn easy to scalp. Like easy monies on open. Koma, Justin, did you cook it again? Bilal, Tony, did you guys cook it again? Yeah. So I mean, again, the math that's been going around is one share or 10% of what you requested plus nine, right? So um I mean it makes sense kind of. So I don't know. Uh Okay, there we go. uh okay, sounds good, sounds good, sounds good. Okay. Moving averages. 20, 29, 50, 200. Good morning, Kevin. Did you get a whole bunch of allocation again? Let us know. Did you even try to get into StubHub? You got 509? See what I mean? Like this is why I think it's just the amount, right? How many shares did you request, Kevin? 5,000 shares? Oh my days. 5,000. See? There you go. Yep. D trader. Kevin has a cheat code. Yeah, Kevin requests a whole bunch. Again, Kevin flips them the same day and he still gets lucky, right? Yeah, seems to be across. Yeah, so 10% plus 9. So Kevin got 500 shares plus the 9, right? So 10% plus 9 is what's happening. Last time Kevin requested 7,000 and got 709 shares, right? And then flipped it for $7,000. Easy monies on the last IPO on Gemini. Yeah, today Kevin requested 5,000 and got 500. So it's a flip, right? You get one share, or you get 10% plus nine. So yeah, so it's like a flip, LT, right? So it's between the two. So you get one or you get 10% plus nine. It's doing well, by the way. Ah, so hopefully that indicated price goes up though. Hopefully the indicated price goes up, so you guys can you can sell your one share for nice little, you had for 10 days. Yeah, I think maybe yeah, Kevin requested on Robinhood as well. So I don't know. I think Kevin I think we said this last time. I think what they're looking at maybe is they're looking at, do you have all your monies in Robinhood, LT? Because if not, I think what they're looking at is the size of the accounts. Yeah, I think so. I think so, LT. Like it's, but I think they might also be looking for the size of the account. They're like, okay, Kevin is a whale. How can we please him? How can we make him happy? We can give him the 10% instead of one. Yeah, you might need to request more shares then, LT. Next time, request more shares. See what happens. Yeah. Now, don't request a whole bunch of shares for an SHIT IPO though. Do. Again, don't forget to smash a like, guys, if you haven't already, please and thank you. Smash a like, hit that subscribe if you're new. Yeah, and yeah, it's pretty slow right now. I know, JP. They're like, you want one or you want zero? You want one or you want zero, JP? Shima, yes, 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 yes. Don't tell us what to do. Peter, do better, please. Ah, Jeffrey, why are you? Uh, I know, right? I think it's the Fed today, and then maybe the IPO, right? I've seen a few people already say like we're waiting for the IPO. We're waiting for the IPO. We're waiting for the Fed. So yeah, yes, of course, Shima. Yes, yes. Don't worry. Vegas opened the door for Josh. Yeah, pizza. No door opening. Open your own door, pizza. Ah, it's every day's everybody's terrified except me. Pump it, Josh. Pump it. Exactly, Josh. Yep. Ah. Mm. Yes. My goodness, everything is so slow. Like you can get scalpies, but like damn. TNMG is still just holding that bottom, that 37-cent support, which isn't bad. My goodness. My goodness. So slow. Maybe if it's this slow, TNMG is gonna pop. Maybe. Do. New trader. Do. How the IPO works. Investor demand, total available shares. Yeah. Order size, brokerage, age or value. Yeah, I don't know if I believe them though, because for some reason though, LT Kevin seems to get a lot every time he requests a lot, he gets a lot. Yeah, it does make sense though, like investor demand, right, and total available shares. It makes a lot of sense. They have to split it up between the people that are there, right? But at the same time, though, some people, some people always get a lot. Yeah. There we go. Let's go, Dan. Well, maybe I shouldn't celebrate first. I need to read. Short people are often very bossy because they're mad about their shortness and they lash out at others. Why do I even celebrate Dan super chats anymore? Why? Why? Unbelievable. Dan, thank you for the super chat. Unbelievable. He's not wrong. Come on, Kidlin. You can't be supporting this behavior. Don't support Dan, please. uh Kidlin, no, don't say stuff like that. 5 foot tall and bossy. Unbelievable. You know what? Early. 10 days, no. So Kevin, last time Kevin requested the day before, and he got 700 shares out of 7,000 LT. Like he requested at 2 p.m. or 3 p.m., an hour before like the IPO process closed, and he still got all like a bunch of shares the next day. Yeah, see, all the IPOs I requested, you either got one share or 10% plus nine. See, yeah. So I think whatever they're saying, I think it's a LT, that little message. Yeah, it's to me, I've always seen one or 10% plus nine. So, but that makes a lot more sense now that we talk about it. It's conflicting. He sends money so he can roast. I know, right, Floyd? Then I'm like, okay, do I not celebrate or do I, you know? So then I have to be grateful because I am grateful. But then at the same time, I'm being roasted. Who does that? Unbelievable. Only people with big feet. That's who. What's the current price? The last time I saw was 24.50 to 25.50. Jay. 24. Let's see if anything's changed here. Let me know if you see anything else, guys. For StubHub, it looks like we're looking at 24, 25 to 26. And so the price is slowly moving up. It doesn't seem like it's. I would have almost expected that thing to be above $30 by now, but it's not, and that's a pretty scary thing. So hopefully, yeah. Both, Joe. Both. Yeah, to answer your question, Joe, both. Um, Short people don't get in trouble. They just get mistaken, put children and let off the hook. Ah, unbelievable. You know what? Next time Peter and I play Call of Duty, I'm gonna take up my violence on him. For him and for Dan. That's what's gonna happen. Yeah, GV's curling here. Peter, thank you for the super chat. Just wait till I see you in Vegas. Just wait. I'm bringing a stick with me. Yeah. Yeah, it is low, isn't it? Right? But again, we're not even close. Maybe in the next 2 hours or so, hopefully the price keeps going up. Work, roast tax. No, 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 no. So huge demand. Yeah. What's the update? The update is this thing looks like rubbish. Is what it looks like. Like rubbish. IPM looks like rubbish. Other than the fact that it's holding 220, so make sure it stays above 220. Yeah. Bree, make sure you watch that last video in the Getting Started channel. It's gonna walk you through all the channels in Discord. So for the most part, we're gonna be in Stock General. You're gonna get a lot of alerts in Stock General from the bot and from the members and whatnot already. But yeah, watch that video though. It's gonna walk you through everything basically. No, 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 no. Yeah. Already. Yeah. So watch it later. I know it's confusing. There are a lot of channels. There's so much going on, but uh, I'm green. Let's go, Tony. Let's go. Finish the muffin. Let's go. I'm not sure, Joe. Not sure. Ready? Yeah. Such abuse. Ah, unbelievable. 178,000. Okay. What they need to do is they need to get more shares for the pre-IPO from the people selling the shares. They need to get more. Ah. Uh, okay, so Doctor Zebra requested 175 and got 27 shares. Okay, interesting. Yeah, yeah. Graphics, yeah, something like that. That's without shoes. Like when I'm standing on the ground. Yeah. Mm, just above $25 new. Damn, can we get something to cook? See what happens when the market's slow, guys? Then everybody starts roasting me. Come on, guys. What's Spy doing? Is Spy just going sideways too? Yeah, kind of. Red to sideways. So today is gonna be an interesting day. Interesting for sure. From the ceiling. Wow. Damn. Ah. Joe from me, I guess. Done for the day. Can finally say this daily 2x. Beautiful, Tony. Yep. Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful. 1.3. Ah, let's go, Mr. Chairman. Hello, hello. Are you ready for the Fed day? Each of the yep, exactly. They need to get more than what they're currently getting. CDT, yeah, a little bit off the demand zone, off 80 cents, right? So I guess 80 cents is holding again for this. GV is failing at the VWAP, which we know if you go below the VWAP, it's a problem, right? So this is the VWAP. VWAP line fail, VWAP line fail. So no surprise. And then ATCH, my goodness, like where is the volume on this thing? Where's the damn volume? Good morning, Max. Where's the volume? The bank came through for me, about to 10x this the bank. What did the bank do, Josh? Time for work, Peter? What work? Who said you're allowed to work? Have a wonderful day, Peter, and chat later. We Mr. Chairman, yes. Let's go, Josh. Let's go. 10x, 10x, 10x. I need green because my uh Semenyo. Yep. Semenyo has been nice. Semenyo and Harlan saved me last week. Semenyo. Yep, I think so too, Prince. Yeah. La, 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 la. Good job, Luna. Daily goal. Let's go. Well done. See you later with the Fed. uh, let's go, Josh. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Josh is gonna put some monies in ULTY and some conies. Spy is looking yeah, just going sideways for now. GB testing. Yeah, testing the VWAPs again. Maybe this time it's gonna actually break and stay above it. Ooh, GV says yes. Bit of a pop there. Bit of a pop. GV. Yep. Maybe this candle will actually hold above them. And then that thing can push into the next supply zone. La 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 la. To the abyss. Yep, yep. Open just likes being around $10, doesn't it? William, really? You requested 7,400 and you got one? Yeah, it's the 1 versus 10%, right? So Kevin was on the other side, you were on the other side. I feel like Kevin has 2 accounts, maybe 10 accounts. Yeah, it was always going to be like this, Bala. Pre-market, market open, okay. And then once we start getting close to the Fed, it's going to be like that. Slow, slow, slow. Grab. Good volume. GV, good volume. I like it. Visionary holdings. Yeah. Visionary. Yeah, that candle was a bit suspicious there for you. Yeah. Bit of a suspicious candle there below. Let me take a look. So you're wondering if you should be getting in SPRC at 335? 335. You entry? What do you think at 335 SPRC? That's all the way down there. Yeah, I don't know if it's even gonna get there. If it does get there, I don't know if you want it, Rodolfo. Yeah. Let's go, Lonel. Let's go. Let's go. See, like TNMG is actually holding, consolidating really nicely here, isn't it? Just doesn't have the vibes. Just doesn't have the volume. Where is the volume? And then open is back to 1022 again. You know what I want to see when the Fed cuts rates? The 10% BTC run, the cooking. Uh, do, 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 do. 150. Yes, please. Yes, please, Josh. Pump it. That would be nice. Yes, please. Cut the rates, pump BTC, and let's go into the best BTC months, you know? Pump it. Come on, Bilal. Pump it. 336. 340, Bilal. 344. There you go, 350. There you go, 355. Are you happy now? The entry was a bit the candle itself was a bit suspicious, right? I could see what you're looking for, the breakout. Yeah. So it was just the candle was just a bit high, right? Higher than you would have liked. But you sold at 350. Okay. At least some monies, right? Pretty slow, annoying, but at least you made some monies. Okay, now let's pump to $4 without Bilal, please. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Uh, took profits and ran. Love it. Yeah, that supply zone at 360 is yeah. Brendan, only if something's cooking, you know? Only if something's cooking. The cooking is why we thrust, not because we want to. There we go, 360 GV. 360 resistance. No, I think you did the right thing, man. So today in this market, this is for scalpies, not for diamond hands. So yes, I agree. S&P with a bit of a bounce there. TNMG again. I don't know why this thing is sitting at the bottom here, but it looks interesting, doesn't it? If that thing had the volume, it would have cooked. Cooked, but it just doesn't have the volume. Just doesn't have the volume. That's all. 20% gain, Wooden. Good job. And then, yeah, good thing you sold this thing, right? So you're right to not trust anything today because it's up and back down and up and back down. Gree. Redness. Dan, are you trading NQ? MNQ? I think it would be pretty slow and annoying. Waiting for the IPO. Okay. Sounds good. At the very least, though, GV is holding that VWAP now, which is what you played with, the breakout, right? Like a mini breakout here, a double top breakout, right? So double top breakout entry pops, little scalpies. So at the very least, we're holding above it. Just not a lot of follow through. Just not a lot of follow through. Yeah, not liking the PA today. Yeah, there comes 350 again. GV does look like the best opportunity though, doesn't it? As slow as it is, at the very least, it's trying to test the supply zone. At the very least. Have a blessed day as well, Josh. See you at 1:30. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably come back and stream and before 2 p.m. and then ready for the Fed. Ready for the Fed. I honestly wish we didn't have this stupid IPO today. Wish it was like tomorrow or yesterday. I don't know who decides to do an IPO like an hour before the Fed meeting. Like, why do you think your IPO is gonna do well? Like, how do you think an IPO is gonna cook while everybody's waiting for the first rate cut? You know, like who thinks about these things? Who does that? Like, oh, let's just pick the day. Same day the Fed is gonna cut rates. The day that the markets are gonna be slow and everybody's focused on the Feds. Yeah, craziness, craziness. Live Nation 25 point in revenue in 2024, significantly higher than 1.77 billion in the same year. Sheesh. 8.6 billion. Yeah, I'm hoping. Mr. Chairman. Yeah, could be a bargain. Yep. Hopefully BTC does what it's supposed to do. Josh promised us 150. 150 in the next month. So yeah. Ticketmaster. ATCH was the other name. Huh. Yeah, that's a nice little pop there. Right? It's still fighting to give us a breakout. Maybe it finally will, but you can clearly see that this area, right? So maybe it actually will. It looks like it's breaking out this time. ATCH. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Brand new highs of the day. 141. $1.41. One second. Uh, let's go. Let's go, Mr. Chairman. Let's go. Let's go. In a few hours? Okay, sounds good, Mark. See you in a few hours. See you in a few hours. It would have been perfect, they brought the damn IPO like right now. So we could so we could focus on that for now, let's see. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, see, you can't even trust anything today. Assuming rates are cut, tomorrow is going to be a great day. Market pumping and Barca playing, of course. Barcelona fans, of course. Um, yes, just at least, at the very least, just get it out of the way, right? So we can focus on cooking stonks than waiting for the rate cuts, at the very least. Hmm. Do I think coin is acting suspicious? I think everything's going to act suspicious today. Just for open at this point, buy the open and sell when it hits $10. Seriously, seriously, it's like an everyday thing now, right? For open, that's a pretty sweet pop, though. Really nice pop. I don't know why this line's here. That line really should be at 1070. That's the level we need to break above. That's the spot. But at the very least, the open is constantly giving opportunities. Dips and boomskis, dips and boomskis. Opportunities. ATCH is trying to give opportunities too. Lisa, yeah. Today is not the day for diamond hands. I still like TNMG. Just doesn't have the vibes yet. TNMG. I don't think there are any brand new updates for the IPO, are there? Still the same indicated price. Uh, yeah, still the same price. There's a lot of negativity around StubHub though, like a lot. It should still gap up, right? But there's a lot of negativity. A lot of people don't seem to like this stock. Lots of people don't seem to like it for good reason. Um, doesn't seem like that amazing of a stock, a company. But we'll see how it performs. The S&P is going back to the bottom again. So the view app said reject it, reject it, puts down, reject it. Shima, everybody's been burned, so they're like, nope, don't like it. But yeah, we'll see how well that thing performs after the IPO. Legal scalping, yeah, yep. Like there's nothing special about the company, right? Yeah, bad customer service too. Sheesh. So there's really nothing to like about this then. Nothing at all, other than the fact that it's an IPO, and if you got into the pre-IPO, you should at least make something, right? That's always going to be the positive. And then after that, it's like meh. So we'll see. We'll wait for the IPO till for the next yeah, we'll give it like another hour and a half, and then we'll decide if we want to stay or hop off and then come back, because we do have to come back for 2 p.m. before 2 p.m., right? Imagine spending $500 on tickets and can't get in. Oh my days. That's pretty annoying. Yeah, pretty annoying. Uh, complete. Yeah. Yep. 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 Come on, open. Just go. Mm-mm. Mm. Yeah, I think the IPOs to get excited about are things that actually innovate. Like there's actually something there to be excited about for the future, right? Selling tickets, there's really nothing there. Um, there's really nothing there. But usually when companies go IPO, it's because they're looking for money somewhere else. They want to sell something else. That's a good scalp, Brian. Good. Shane says I miss Octo. Me too. I miss Octo, the 5,000% pumper. Eric, you went to J Powell K-pop concert. One free share of Mullen. uh, yes, Coachella, Coachella, the kings of K-pop. Okay. At least you can say you own StubHub, right? Look at GV. GV's yeah, that supply zone. Again, good job on taking those gains, Bilal. That's why you're a goat. So yeah, don't let that thing erase your monies for no reason. CDT is going sideways, trying ATCH, and spies on drugs. Back to the real job. See you on 1:30. Sounds good, Kidlin. See you later. There goes ATCH with another pop again. At the very least, this is the only thing that's trying. Trying to go boom skis. Yeah, Eric, come on, go boom booms. Don't forget to renew that membership, Eric. Calendar. There's like a brand new double top there. Mr. Do It Nice, yeah, of course, yeah. ORBS. Just not the same vibe anymore. I feel like if my stock went up 10,000, 5,000%, I'd be like, you know what, guys, this is history. This is history. Let's not change the name. Let's leave the name. Why would you do that? Why? Why would you do that? Unbelievable. Why would you do that? Mm. And NFE, yeah, that one from yesterday, from last night. And open failed again. Again. Reg, it is. What's your entry on this? What's your entry? Apple is green today again, even with the markets. Interesting. Apple, Apple, Apple. Some of these stocks are dropping way too much for. 124. Okay, that's not too bad then. At the very least, you're green in that position. Yeah, it's just playing a lot of games. Nothing seems to be following through for now. So, but at the very least, you're green, and this one looks okay. So maybe just try and put a stop loss. Make sure you stay green. Yeah. No, no, no. September 9th, yeah, that thing went all the way to 200 and something. Painful to watch, it really is. Like, it's pretty slow. This is why, like, it would be good if they drop these IPOs early in the day. Nothing's really changed with StubHub, guys. The indicated price is still 2025 to 26. All right, so at least there's a bit of a gap up there. So, you know, ice cream monies. No, 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 no. Yeah, 38. Okay. Yeah, like you can see that it's at the bottom. It just doesn't have the follow through yet. So a tight stop loss should be good with this one. A tight stop loss should be good. There goes 39 cents. TNMG. When boomskis. When boomskis. The one. What's your Discord name again? The one? Is shorting open? I hate the dude. He's a great trader. It makes no difference to me. It makes no difference to me as long as the stock is behaving. Alrighty, so he shorted in the nines. Now we're above $10. So as great as he is, he's most likely done the research, and there's something inside that he sees that we don't see, that he doesn't like. Right. From a technical point of view, though, right, open looks okay. The only big red flag is this is day number 5 now that open is coming to this level and it can't seem to break out. So this level. So if open can break above this level, more fire, more flames, more boomskis. But if we keep failing below this level and we go below $10 every time, at some point people are just gonna get tired and sell the damn thing, right? So um yeah. Yeah, so if open can break out, perfect. Then we don't really care about the short position, right? He might be short because in 6 months' time the stock is gonna go to the abyss. In 2 months, in a month, we don't care, right? But now it looks promising. If it can break out, that would be better. If not, then we have a problem. What do you think about TGE scalped it and back in at 324? Let's take a look. TGE, the generation. I like your entry. I like your entry a lot. That thing looks okay actually. Yeah, that's a really good base above 315, 310. Subwa. There goes 350. So I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. And it's breaking above 350 like butter, right? Your next resistance is that last high at 360. So if you can break above that, then you're looking for closer to that $4. But yeah, for now it looks good. Stop loss in the green Savoie, and you should be fine. Good entry though. Triple bottoms and pop. Again, the only thing that's different here is again you have this bottom, that bottom, this bottom, this bottom, but you also have this resistance, that resistance, kind of the same area. So this whole area here is a problem, right? So we're going back and forth. So you just have to be aware of that. right? But for now, we're just going back and forth, and your entry was nice. So good job on TGE. TGE, very, very nice. And open is back to 1044. So it really wants to go. It's just slacking. TNMG again, we've been talking about this one and it looks perfect. It just doesn't have the volume, right? It looks perfect, just no follow through. So it's trying now. Yeah. It's like, hey, can I do it? But like, yeah, dude, just go. Just go. Just go. Do, 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 do. Just no follow through. Reddit is in talks to strike next AI content pact with Google. Interesting. Interesting. Whatever that means. Okay, here we go. TNMG. We're back above 40 cents, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. What do you think about the next? So you're in at 229. Consolidate good at the bottom. Okay, I'll take a look. Take a look after we're done cooking this one. So not a bad pop at all, right? Not a bad pop at all. 41 cents. So this is kind of the double top here now too, right? So this level right there. So if you look to the left hand side, this was that last resistance. This is a retest of it again. So see if we can give us the boom skis, right? The double tops. TNMG again. This thing looked so perfect at the bottom, so perfect, right? So beautiful. Just consolidating, right? Easy gamble. Why? Because you can easily just put your stop loss right below. If it breaks, it breaks. You're not losing your hands, right? So, but at the same time, we need to break out, right? So that resistance needs to be broken for that thing to cook. Let me take a look at. Andy was asking for IPM entry at 129. 129. 129. Your question is, what do you think? What's next? So what's next is you need to break above this last high at 240, and if you break above that, like the range is so tight, which is kind of annoying. But you have 240 and then 245. Those are your next two levels. If you can break above both of those, then you're looking for a pretty good run. So your entry isn't bad at all. Alrighty, nice little curl from the bottom, consolidation curl, not bad, right? It just lacks the volume like everything else today. So you have this little pivot, double top there, and then you have the 200 EMA, Andy. Let's go. Yeah, so you can see that we do have a double top for TNMG there, so that level needs to be broken. There you are. I bought the Mazda 3 after Gemini, and you're back to STUB. Also made $1,500 in ANGX yesterday when it hit 1850. Let's go. Big potential. Let's go, eHop. Congratulations on the new car. Congratulations. Love it. Actually, look at TGE. Look at that. Look at that Savoy, right? TGE popped to the top there, right? 390. So that would have been a really good exit for you with the triple top there. That would have been a really nice exit for you. Yeah. Winterfell, that's a dangerous candle, isn't it? Dangerous. 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 380. That was a good scalp. Savoy is cooking with these scalpies. Scalpies cooking. Good job. Love it. Mm, 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 mm. Just a reminder, guys, if you're trying to watch a video in Discord and it says you have to be a member, um, please click the link of the video so it takes you to YouTube. Don't watch videos in Discord, okay? It doesn't work. Or just go over to Hot Trades on YouTube, right? Go on the videos. The videos are all there, and YouTube actually knows that you are a member. When you click the video and it says not a member, it's because sometimes Discord doesn't know or doesn't know the right level, right? So click the link so it takes you, instead of clicking on the play button, click the link so it takes you to YouTube, or just go to YouTube and the videos are all right there. Cool? Cool. So yeah, StubHub is still looking like 25 to 26, and then we'll go from there. CDT with a bit of a pop, 80 cents. Like we mentioned, 80 cents this morning. It's done a good job holding above 80 cents. So at the very least, that's a positive. And if you bought that thing close to 80 cents, you're still okay, right? Pretty annoying stock for sure, but yeah, TGE is still looking good. Donald says, can you look at NUAI? You're in at 63 cents. I feel as though I may have cooked yourself. You may have cooked yourself. Let's take a look. NUAI. New era. You're in at 63 cents. You may have cooked yourself. You may have cooked yourself. Donald, you may have cooked yourself. Right? So sometimes, if I could slap some of you guys in person, I feel like, I would have I'd be in jail by now, you know? So sometimes I wonder when you guys look at the charts, like why you get in. Donald, so there was a triple top, right? Once upon a time, there was a triple top, whatever you want to call it, quadruple, right? So clearly there was resistance at 70 cents, right? And every time this thing would go down to 63 cents, or 60 cents, it would bounce, right? So this was the level, this was the level, this was the level. That's fine, right? So you bought this thing at 63 cents, right? And you probably bought this thing and it went up to that top and you didn't sell. Even if you bought on the way down at 63 cents, when that thing broke below that level, you should have been out, right? So this is why I always say, like, what's your reasoning, right? So when you get into a stock, find a reason, right? Okay, we're buying this stock because it keeps bouncing off this level, right? We keep bouncing off that level, that's fine. When it breaks below that level, the reason is no longer there. Get the hell out of there, right? Get the hell out of there. So if it breaks below 60 cents, get the hell out, because then that's better than 40 something cents, right? And then that wasn't it though. That wasn't it. Then we broke below the 200 EMA, right? The white line, you just stayed in it, and then we just kept going lower. So for now, we're trying to reclaim the 200. I think for now, if we can stay above 40 cents, that might be okay. Hopefully it runs again at some point. But at this point, you're hoping, right? Because you should have made that decision at 60 cents, not at 40 cents, right? Yeah, TNMG is just struggling with the range, right? So there's not enough volume there for the breakout. So up, down, up, down, up, down. And then TGE is testing the 390 again and failing. So again, always ask yourself why you're buying something, because that might help you on the way down. We never listen. Yeah, like I think the markets are complicated sometimes, guys. And it's pretty annoying. But to me, when you see stuff like this, it's easier to understand, right? Like, hey, it's holding this level, right? If it breaks below that level, we shouldn't be in this anymore, right? That makes it a little bit easier because you're just letting your money get slapped there. Which one do you hold long term? JEPQ, Jericho. The Q, JEPQ. Welcome. Welcome. To SPRC. SPRC. Yeesh, that thing looks nasty. There's nothing good about this. Maybe closer to 375, closer to this previous bottom here. Yeah, but for now, there's just nothing that's super nice about this, unless you start consolidating, Rory. But yeah, that looks suspicious. Be careful, please. Be careful. And then TGE doesn't want to give up. Things like, I want to go, please. Please, I want to go. 390 and then 420. TGE. Those are really nice levels, though, especially at the bottom there. Those are really nice. Really nice. Here we go, TGE. That thing's like, I'm right there. Can I just break out? I wouldn't do that, the one, just because we're still in the same range. It's at 40 cents, right? So you're green in that position, but I would give it a bit more time to play out. Yeah. Would give it a bit more time. Yep, Mr. Chairman. Yep. 395, 396. Here we go again. 96, 94, 96, 97. Where's the Boomski candle? There goes $4. Boomskis. Boomskis. So I'd be careful in this range, though, between 4 and 420. That's a really common fail range, isn't it? Anybody still holding TGE? Oh, no. Let's go, Mr. Chairman. Love it. You know what's interesting, Savoy, is TG is a French stock, French company. Here we go. Here we go. We're testing again for TNT and TNMG as well. So maybe this time it will actually cook. Yeah, there we go. 42 cents, guys. There we go. Again, the stock, the levels were perfect on this. Perfect. There we go. 42. 43 incoming. Cooking now. Cooking. Cooking. I mean, it could cook more, you know? It could cook more. But if it really wanted to pop, there's room to 45 to the VWAP. So if it really wanted to cook, there's more room. There goes 43. Try and stay green though. Try and stay green. Try and stay green. Try and stay green. I think there isn't a catalyst here. This is more hot trades monies. This is hot trades monies. So yeah. So make sure you take your gains on the way up, regardless of how small it is. Regardless of how small it is. TG is looking very nice too, isn't it? Look at that. So TGE, cooking, TNM, cooking, cooking. Just be careful again. 420 is always a bit of a problem here, so be careful. Alrighty. Type yes in the chat if you are in TGE or TNMG, or if you made money in any of those. Just starting? Sounds good. Type yes in the chat if you made money in any of these plays. Correct. Yes, 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 yes. Just keep in mind that these stocks are scalpies, guys. They're all going to be pump and dumps. They are going to be pump and dumps. Yeah, yeah. Took profit still in. Okay, yeah. This is just one of those things, like when you see it sitting at the bottom, and it's just not like it, and it's been sitting there for like 30 minutes, an hour. It's like, you know what do we have to lose here? Like, what do we have to lose? Right? If you buy that thing close to the bottom and it breaks down, guess what? Congratulations, you lost less than 1 cent. Right? Congratulations, we lost nothing. Right? But if it decides to pop though, right? So risk reward, right? Risk reward, TNMG was definitely worth it at the bottom. Right? Let's go. $1,000 T-Mac. Come on now. Let's go. Congratulations. And TGE guys, 420 failing. Surprise, surprise. No, this is very common now, right? So anytime we get close to 420 on a stock, people start selling. Why? I don't know. Maybe they just like 420. Maybe they just want to feel like they sold up 420. Like, you know, 50 shares hyper. There you go. You are green now. You are green. Let's go to the view apps. Yeah. So again, just make sure you move your stop loss up though. Make sure you move your stop loss up and stay green. Stay green. Stay green. Stay green. Open just feels like it's only a matter of time, doesn't it? Like, look at that. Only a matter of time before Open says hello, hi, unless they do an offering or something else, something fishy. Other than that, though, the fact that we keep coming up here is a good thing. Is a good thing. The one, as long as you stay green, I don't mind. As long as you stay green. But again, right, these are pump and dumps, so just be careful. So retest of 41 cents there, right? And then CG is still playing in that range, almost like a retest, right? So resistance, resistance, retest. All out. There you go. Yeah, that's so retest of 41 cents. Let's see if it stays. Yeah, CDT is trying to get back to a dollar, isn't it? This thing's been pretty annoying, but at least it's holding the bottoms. At least it's holding the bottoms. Wheeler, any idea for a long-term position, John? Wheeler doesn't strike me as a long-term investment at all. It might be sensitive to rate cuts later today. Maybe there might be a reaction to that. Wheeler's never come. Yeah, yeah. I'm yeah. The answer is no, right? Unless you've done the research and you're like, you know what, I see something here, but yeah, I haven't done the research. But based on what we've seen, it doesn't. Yeah. Lewis, closer to 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. is the usual IPO time. Right. So yeah, the price is still at 25.50 to 26.50. That's the bid and the ask. At least it's slowly moving up. At least it's slowly moving up, right? So 25.50 to 26.50. So this is perfect for people that got in heavy into the pre-IPO. Right? Hopefully it can push closer to, $30. Nice little gain. So even a trash company, can still make monies for pre-IPOs. As long as it has hype, right? As long as it has hype, which obviously StubHub does. For the people with the pre-IPO, yeah, Morpheus. After that, who knows? After that, who knows? I hope they come out like sooner than later, because we don't have time to waste waiting for an IPO. We have the Fed meeting. The Feds. As annoying as today is, there've been a few scalpies, which isn't bad. TGE, nice little scalp from the bottom, right? Nice little scalpy from the bottom. Even TNMG, silly stock, but still a scalp from the bottom, right? Same thing with ATCH, right? So the scalpies. I mean, maybe not an SPRC because that thing looked like garbage. Almost with my bus home. Why? What were you doing? Scalping stocks on the way home, Tony? Heyo, Robs, how are you? Yeah, no trading before you get on the bus, Tony. Open long term or no? I'm leaning more towards a yes, but as long as the chart behaves, Danish. Alrighty, as long as the stock behaves. See, I have a bias when it comes to long term investments. Unless it's an investment that like has proven itself over time, it's not a blind long term play, right? So let's say open as a long term investment, which for some of you guys it is, right? Because you believe in the new management team and this and that, right? And maybe open will become a beautiful long term play, like like the Palantirs and the SoFis and whatnot. But at the same time, like my long term investments are always biased to technicals. If this thing starts behaving poorly, garbage. Garbage. Alrighty, so It needs to behave to be a long-term play. So for now, it's behaving, right? That's fine. Obviously, we need to break above 1070 to really confirm that we broke above resistance and cook. So for now, stay above $10. Stay above. If we stay above $9, right? Stay above 8. I feel like 8 should be like the max, to drop before it starts, before it fills the gap to $6, right? So for now, as long as it's holding, that's fine. You could use it as a long-term play, but make sure you have a plan though. And if you're looking at this as a long-term investment, do your research. Make sure there's a reason why you're looking at it as a long-term play. Yeah, pump and dumps, Wes. The usual, right? Expected. TNMG is still holding, so we're maybe trying to push back up there. Would be nice if that thing could break out and push for the view app. CWD. Look good this morning. Look good this morning. Speaking of long term, what is your favorite SPY fund? IVV is my favorite SPY fund. Maybe I should have done SPY to do covered calls, but that wasn't the intention, so I just went with IVV instead. Grun. I'm not quite sure. Are you a Chelsea fan? You obviously a Chelsea fan. Ciao, Pedro. Ah. Um. So what again? So obviously we're gonna gap up. I would be really surprised if that thing continues cooking though. Right? We might gap up, and the initial excitement might push it to $30. Right? Just like Gemini did. But I would be really surprised if StubHub just opened and started cooking. Right? Because again, it's not a company that people really love. Right? It's IPO on a day that people are focused on the Fed. Right? Institutions are going to be focused on managing their funds with the Fed. So like there are a whole bunch of negatives to the stock. But again, if you got into the IPO pre-IPO, then that's easy, right? Because you can still walk away in the green. You can walk away with monies. You know? Yeah, IVV. But they get the names like VOO, right? So those are all SPY funds, VOO, IVV, obviously SPY, the whole bunch. Elkin, that's definitely not going to happen. But if it does happen, it's because the stock is looking for violence on the way down. So just be careful, right? But 2350 is better than FOMOing at, if we open at 27, right? So definitely better. And then maybe tomorrow it can run after the Fed meeting, but let's see. Anything else moving? What happened to GV? GV maybe a bottom test here too. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, above 260 there, 200 EMA. Just again, you can clearly see that the volume's lacking, right? But not a horrible spot. IMG sent out an alert, and then it popped and then dipped. It clearly popped to the red zone, and then yeah, clearly. And then TGE is looking for that $4 test again. The $4 test. So the plan is to hop off in the next hour, guys. That's the plan for now. And then we'll come back an hour after that. So we'll start a brand new stream, and then we'll come back an hour after. for the Fed. So we'll come back right before 2 p.m. We already know what's going to happen, right? We know the Fed's going to cut rates, right? We just don't know by how much, 25 or 50 points, and we don't know how the market's going to react, right? But that's about it, though. Everything else we know. So we'll probably come back right before 2 p.m. and then see the statement and then listen to Powell yap, you know? Uh, Joshua, good question. And that's the question we've been trying to answer for the last week now, right? So yes, it should run, right? So the market should run. QQQ should run when the Fed cuts rate, when they cut the rates, right? There should be a positive reaction, right? That's how it should work, right? The problem though is everybody knew this already, and the market's been running for the last month, right? We've been going high, brand new highs, right? Now QQQ's been hitting highs, Nasdaq highs, right? So just highs on highs on highs. So almost like again, we expected it and it was priced in. That's the danger now, right? So what happens if they cut the rates and we go down instead? That's the problem, right? But again, we should be running. Should be running. Should is the answer, right? But the good news was getting priced in for the last month. So now do we just go down? Who knows? Who knows? SQFT, SQFT. SQFT. It's a nice little pop. Actually, a really aggressive pop. Really aggressive pop to $10 there. Damn. That thing came out of nowhere from $8 to $10. Yep, exactly, Elkin. Exactly. I think that's what the market will be looking for, right? So the other problem with that too is the market is expecting 3 more rate cuts this year, right? So I don't know if Powell is going to give us that information. But so yeah, if they signal more cuts coming, then yes, definitely, definitely more cooking. Everyone, then we should recover based on the news. Hopefully, Brian. Yeah, that would be the hope from the last 2 days of kind of going down, right? So most things point to the markets cooking after this, right? After the rate cut. So hopefully we do. I just always find it interesting though, and the markets have always been like this, right? When everybody leads in one direction, the opposite always happens, right? You know, buy that's where that statement comes from. Buy the hype, sell the news. Buy the hype, sell the news. Because so many times, from like an Apple event to the Fed rate cuts to Dogecoin, right? Everything plays out the same. When everybody expects one thing to happen, the opposite happens. But maybe now that we're talking about it, now the opposite is gonna happen. So the real thing is gonna happen. Our rate cut has dropped the market as much as as much as 2.7. So a lot, yeah. So I think the only difference now is we're not cutting rates because we're in a disastrous economy, right? The Fed's cutting rates because it's the right thing to do, right? So that should be a good thing, you know. It's a good thing. It's not like the markets are dying, everybody, and then they're like, let's save it. I've seen multiple charts though. There's a chart where like it shows how whenever the Fed pivot in the sense that like we pivot from like keeping rates from up to like rates have been going up to flat to pivoting back to cutting the rates, right? And then there's usually that's when the market starts selling off. But I've also seen like charts where like cuts lead to boom skis, 10% boom skis, in like 6 months post like Fed cut, right? So, but we shall see. We shall see. Here goes SQFT. Did anybody FOMO into SQFT? That's a nice little breakout. Uh, yeah, Prince, you think so? Well, they might as well cut 50 then. Cut the damn 50. Let's move on, Cut it. The rates are way too high. You need to cut it. TNMG is still holding super slow, like it's been all day today, but at the very least it's green, right? So from 37 cents, 38 cents to 42, so that isn't bad at all. And then SQFT, you have that $10 psychological wall, so there's obviously always going to be a problem there. And if you can break above that, then you're looking for 1050, 1060. Alrighty, and open, you can see like we're just gonna be here all day today, right? There might be a reaction after the red rate cuts, right? Because open is sensitive to the rate cuts as well, so there's gonna be a reaction after that. But for now, it's just gonna be sidewaysness on open. Brian, yeah, when Bitcoin goes to 1 million, 1 million, colossal, they need to cut it. Tony, why? Maybe it's because you've been doing all that work you weren't supposed to be doing. Your boss is rewarding you with a piece of chocolate from from being a loyal employee. You know what? You didn't have to do this, Tony, but here's some chocolate. Here's some chocolate. ANGX with the pop them. ANGX. So earlier today, the Bank of Canada cut its rates by 25 basis points. This was the first rate cut since March. Canada is cutting, so he got a muffin and a chocolate. Muffin was paid with today's trades. Love it, love it, love it. It's nice when your trading pays for other stuff. Oh, there we go. Stop is live. Beautiful. Thank you. Oh yeah, Stub is live. 25. Stub actually popped to 27.80. So that was actually really nice if you're in that pre-IPO. Like really, really nice. Like really, really nice. Like really, really nice. So we're kind of stuck above 25. So this is why, guys, like it's so much easier when you're in the pre-IPO. So much easier. Because it really doesn't matter what you do. You're gonna be green, right? So this is why we keep advocating for pre-IPOs. Even if you only get one share, at least you're not screwed. You know what I mean? Since we've been talking about these large cap IPOs, we haven't seen one where like you're like, oh my goodness, I got into the pre-IPO, I've been screwed. Yeah. So there you go. How's Kevin? Where's Kevin? Kevin with his 500 shares. Kevin's up a few $100. A few hundred? More like a few thousand. Yeah. So for now it's just the price action. A little bit, just a little bit, Bala. Just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. You missed out on the TNMG pump though. From that bottom there, finally pumped Bala. Okay, let's go back to StubHub here. Are you guys selling your pre-IPO shares or just keeping them for now? Anybody getting in? So the price action isn't that crazy. It looks okay for now, right? Nothing too crazy. Anybody selling the one share, the 10 shares? You're in at 25? Okay. How do you know how to enter the stock? Easy. It is. But do they make enough monies though to go live after the Fed? Yeah. At least they didn't make us wait till 1 p.m., you know? So now we can hop off in, yeah, in the next 10, 20 minutes, you know? You grab the tiny position? Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look bad yet, right? Like, it's pretty hard to judge because we're still in the same range. We haven't really done anything here. You know what's crazy is that candle was so volatile that the bottom was 23 and the top was 27, 27.90 almost, right? It looks like we're slowly creeping up here, which isn't too bad. So your 25 entries are nice. If you had an order at 23, 23.50, that would have been perfect actually, because it got filled and then instant greens. Greens. Yeah. uh, IPO flipping warning. If you sell IPO shares within 30 days of the IPO, it's considered flipping, and you'll be restricted from participating in IPOs for 60 days. ah, ah, that's okay, LT. You be tested. Yeah. Luckily, yeah, you set an alert. Good, Kevin. Good. Yeah, you're nice and green though, right? Nice and green. So there's really nothing to worry about. Yeah, unless you're Kevin. What if you sell all but one share? Then Coma, I think you're okay. I think, yeah. Good day, Tina. How are you? Any thoughts on SL and H? Have 98 cents, 89-cent average crypto miner. I'll take a look. Yeah, I'll leave it up so I don't forget. I'll take a look. Mm. Yeah, stubborn. Yep, above 26 would be a nice start. 26, 26.50 would be a nice start on this. We'll come back to that in a second, guys. This is why TNMG was a pump and dump, right? Take your monies and run, right? Nothing too crazy there. And then SL, this one was popping this morning, Tina. Your average is 89 cents. So you're green on that position. I'm going to look at the daily because I think you're looking at a different picture here. Um, hmm. You can tell this one has resistance like every 10 cents. $1.10 resistance, $1.20 resistance, $1.30 200 EMA, right? $1.50 double top. Like there's resistance every 10 cents on this, right? Pretty good entry though, and a really good bounce from the bottom. Like this is perfect. Sometimes when a stock is consolidating like this for 2 weeks, like you take the risk, you just don't know when it's gonna go, but it's a really good bottom, right? Um, I think again your entry is really good. You just have resistance right there. If you look across the board from a technical point of view, Tina, is you can see that $1.10 resistance, right? Yesterday was the exact same level. Like look at that, right? Yesterday pre-market, market open, you can see this entire range has become a problem, right? But the good thing though is your entry has also become a really good bottom. So the last 2 days we've just been going sideways. So as long as you stay above 90 cents, that's fine. If you go below that level, be very careful, please. Right. And then if you want to sell at resistance, that's fine. But if we need to break above $1.10, if we can, then good. Cool. So just yeah, just kind of plan it. Back to stop hub here. So yeah, it looks like we're just kind of playing games going sideways. And can we go boom skis? Can we move? Can we move? Move, bruv. Come on. So here comes 26 again. Test, test, test. Going once. Not too bad. Yeah. Yep. I think as long as you stay above 25 for now, Kevin. Yeah. Freeze. Nobody moved. Yep. Freeze. Nobody move. Yeah. I don't think we were expecting this thing to go crazy though. No, especially not today. Not today, right? Just not today. Not on the Fed day. So, yep. What day is it? It's Fed day. Circle gang. Let's go. Yeah, Gary, we're gonna hop off in like 10, 20 minutes or something like that, and then we'll come back an hour. So right before 2 p.m. Eastern for the Fed minutes. So yeah, we'll hop off and come back, and then stay for good afternoon. My colleagues and I. Yeah. And StubHub is just kind of doing what we expected it to do. Nothing too crazy, right? What's the worst the Fed can say? We decided not to cut rates. We decided not to cut rates. If the Fed says that, we're gonna play this video, like a million times. Uh, that's what's gonna happen if the Fed decides not to cut rates. You're gonna pray. Pray. You sold everything. Yeah. No. Some nice bloody candles is what we're gonna see. The Fed says, you know what? We don't want to do it. Then, yeah. I highly doubt that's the case, though. I think the only two questions will be: is it 25 points or 50 points, right? And if they do cut by 25 points, right? What are they also saying about the future? Are they planning on cutting multiple times? Right? I think the market will react to that. The future, the market's already priced in what it thinks will happen today. It's about what happens in the future that it potentially hasn't priced in yet. So more rate cuts signal more boom skis. How about if Powell says rate hike? If he says that, let's see. Do we have another video for that? Huh? Damn it, we don't have a video for that. Let me see if I can find a video though. Let's see. See if we can find a video. See if we can find a video. Do, 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 do. I'm looking. I'm looking. I'm looking. I don't have these videos organized, so sometimes I have to scroll all the way back. But there's a video though. You guys remember the video of dang it. It's from Trinidad. Hopefully not. Back to the bridge. Yep, Patrick, exactly. Yeah. Do, do. Scotty, exactly. Yeah, look at StubHub, right? Are we really surprised, guys? No, not really, right? And then SQFT, it's a nice little pop. Jim, nice little pop. That's the one, Rob. I can't find it though. Yeah, SQFT. So that 1050 level, and then $11. Doing the to the fire. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. One second. There we go. That's the purpose of the IPO. They're broke. Exactly. Exactly. Right. There are some good IPOs. There are companies that actually do make money. Right. Like Circle was a good IPO. Right. Most IPOs are broke companies though. So some do stand out because the technology is nice. Right. Like a company again like Circle. Like that's nice. Things like OnlyFans, Discord, SpaceX. Yeah, those would be good IPOs, right? Uh, right, like they might be losing money, but the hype is there, right? Other stuff like StubHub, you're like, meh, the hell is that? You know, so not as exciting. You guys want to see what happens if the Fed decides to hike rates today? You want to see what happens? Oh, yep, exactly, colossal. Yep, that's what would happen. uh, Gary, yep. If Powell says, you know what, guys, I just feel like raising the rates. There's no need to cut the rates. Yeah. Entire market, all of just NTAT, you know? NTAT. Oh my days. Yep, yep, yep. CURX. Damn. We played that video and another stock just got destroyed. C U it to CURX. More like see you at the bridge. Damn. Look at that, guys. Sheesh. My goodness. Damn. Goodness. Minus 76%. Damn. The scandal? See, I don't remember that one. Yeah, see, Rob likes that one. Welcome to the meme world. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Destroyed. I think when you see stuff like that, you almost feel like they've one of the drugs, like FDA refusal or something. Yeah. See you at the bridge. Oh yeah, the FTX crash. Oh yeah, we were here streaming it, Colossal, right? And the Luna crash. And the yep, we've been through some chaos. Some chaos. Let's do 5 more minutes, guys. Price, yeah, this is what it needs to say. Price in the abyss. That's what it needs to say, Rob. PTSD, yep. Yep, yep, yeah. BTC 69 to $11,000. PTSD. Craziness. Luna from $100 to 0.00000 PTSD. Yep. Ah, this is destruction. Can you imagine going to the bathroom and showing up? My goodness, like, and your investment just went to the abyss? Yeah. Ah, this is why we say use stop losses, honestly, because sometimes you never know. You never know what you're gonna walk back to when you go for lunch. On a random Wednesday, not in pre-market, not after hours, at lunchtime. You go for lunch, you come back, Jaden broke. Unbelievable.
Jaden has $1 bill, 1 quarter, and 2 pennies. How much money does he have? Jaden broke.
CURX broke. Yep. Very expensive lunch. Very, very expensive. Anyways, guys, let's do 5 more minutes. Let me know if you have any last questions, and then we will hop off and come back for the Fed meeting. Alrighty. So we're gonna back like 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, probably 5 minutes before 2 p.m. Um, alrighty. So we'll be back in an hour and a half. Well, not an hour and a half, like an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 15 minutes. Alrighty. So yeah, 5 more minutes and then we'll hop off. Again, StubHub just kind of did what we expected it to do, right? Nothing too crazy. Maybe it will run again at some point if it stays above 23, but not really surprised. The Fed is at 2 p.m. Eastern time, so that's when the minutes come out. So we will be back before that, and then Powell is speaking 30 minutes after that, so 2:30 Eastern. 2:30 Eastern. Slaps, what's your question for that stock though? What's your position? Anything else here moving? Nothing else. Open, just again, same range. And then 1050 fill for SQFT for now. So everything is kind of slow. Everything's kind of slow as we go into the Fed meeting. If they cut rates, will that boost all stock prices or lower them? New to this, it should boost them, right? Should is it? That's the key word. Should. Alrighty. You know what I'm gonna do as we're just hanging here now is I'm gonna create the other stream so I can post the link in the chat, so you guys know where to go. Alrighty. I'm just gonna do that right now. Should be easier because we usually have a template for the Fed already, so we've done quite a few of these Fed meetings. How often are Fed days? What is it like, Gary? What is it? Not every month. Like once every 2 months. Like a month and a half. A long-term boost. Yep. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Okay, today 2 p.m. Yeah. SQFT. Yeah, there we go. Is out of is yeah, this one's still halted. Still halted. StubHub looks like garbage, doesn't it? Right? Super weak. Super weak. Yeah. Have a great day. Tina, have a wonderful day as well. Glad I am out of it. Keaton, yeah. Good job. Yeah. Again, nothing crazy expected from this. So the easy play is the pre-IPO. You get in, you get out, right? You get in and you get out. You make your money easy. Move on. Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, that looks really weak. Really weak. Really weak. Okay. Perfect. Alrighty, everybody. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. 2350. So it's already looking super suspicious, isn't it? Super sus. So we're gonna be back in like an hour and a half, guys. Alrighty, we're gonna be back in like an hour and a half. If you want to know where we're gonna be back to, this is the link to the stream. Alrighty, so that's the link to the stream when we come back. Cool. So you can just click on that link and just leave it open. And then when it goes live, it's gonna give you a nice loud notification to scare you. You know. Yeah. Alrighty. So decision, yeah, 78 minutes. I think the next stream starts in, yeah, I think the time is accurate. Let's go, Patrick. Yeah, I don't think I messed that up. But yeah, so this is the link to the next stream, guys. We'll be back. We'll be back before 2 p.m. Alrighty. Now that I cooked on stocks, you can eat. Good. Bon appetit, Savoie. Bon appetit. Enjoy your food. Alrighty, any last questions before we hop off? Let me know. Thank you, Salat. Have a wonderful afternoon. We'll see you guys in like an hour or so. Alrighty. Much love, everybody. Bye for now. Bye, guys. See you guys soon. Smash a like before you go. Hit that subscribe if you're new. Alrighty. And if you want to join us in Discord when we do hop off, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbots. And come join us. Alrighty. Thank you, Yesenia. See you soon. Bye for now, Gary. Alrighty, so bye everybody. Bye guys. Okay. It's like, how do I end this again? It's my first day, See ya. Bye, Jerry.